Welcome. This is Devang Tiwari, founder and CEO of Project Xenda. Project Xenda is India's first SEL-enabled speech and drama curriculum for school kids. But before I dig into details and tell you everything about it, I want to start with a story. Tragically, nearly 46,000 adolescents die from suicide each year in India. Suicide is the fourth most prevalent cause of death for adolescents aged 10 to 19. Every hour, one student commits suicide in India according to the data compiled by National Crime Records Bureau. In fact, as we speak, there is one suicide attempt every 3 seconds and one death by suicide every 40 seconds by our youth. These statistics alone are alarming enough to consider the fact that mental health crisis among students is going to be the next crisis in India today. But what is happening with these kids? Mohammad Sanjeer Alam, faculty at the Center for the Study of Developing Societies, New Delhi, said a student commits suicide when he doesn't get emotional support at the time of crisis. Expectations are too high. Parental and peer pressure also have an adverse effect. The problem is the mental health. As you can see right in front of you, leading newspapers covering this. According to an Indian Council of Medical Research ICMR 2005 study, 13% of school students in India suffer from emotional, behavioral and learning problems such as anxiety, depression, learning difficulties and suicidal tendencies, among others. Globally, 89 million boys and 77 million girls aged between 10 to 19 live with a mental disorder, 40% the anxiety and or depression. WHO states that India is the most depressed country in the world. 1 in 6 children aged between 10 to 19 are suffering from some form of mental health issues. And in the last 3 years alone, the likelihood of young people having mental health problems has increased by 50%. This is startling. But it feels like we're intentionally sleeping on it. And what does it lead to? Poor school performance, persistent boredom, frequent complaints of headaches and stomach aches, sleep or appetite problems like sleeping too much or too little, and nightmares, throwing tantrums or becoming clingy, non-compliant or aggressive behavior, and more risk-taking behaviors and showing less concern for their own safety. Among adolescents aged 12 to 17 years, in 2018-19 reported that 15.1% had a major depressive episode, 36.7% had persistent feelings of sadness or hopelessness, 4.1% had a substance use disorder, 18.8% seriously considered attempting suicide and 8.9% attempted suicides. Experts and researchers use terms like epidemic and crisis to characterize the mental health challenges currently facing young students. About 1/4 of children and teens experience some type of mental disorder in any given year, and 1/3 at some time in their lives. And why is this happening? Because kids are getting these smartphones at such a critical age in mental and emotional development, their social skills are being hindered. Face-to-face conversation has become limited, and activities that were considered common in the social lives of teens are now replaced by worrying about how many likes they are getting on a post, or even worse, being cyberbullied, leading to negative opinions about body image, social status, leading to serious mental health problems such as depression. An 11th grade English teacher from North Carolina states that social media has crippled her students' ability to interact with one another in person. Non-school related screen time among teenagers doubled from pre-pandemic estimates of 3.8 hours per day to 7.7 hours. And it leads to children feeling anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, sleep deprivation, envy, jealousy, communication issues, sadness, loneliness. You see the cycle? It's because of our dysregulated emotions. All of this is happening because of our inability to manage our own emotions. Why do we sometimes scream, hit, punch or yell? Why do we cry and feel helpless sometimes, panicky or breathless, as if we are having some sort of anxiety attack? Why is it called an anxiety attack in the first place? Because we are anxious. It's a body giving signs that something is unresolved, something is bad, yet we aren't able to properly address that. Rather try to suppress it by either ignoring it or lashing out or succumbing to bad habits such as binge watching, social media or substance use. The modern solutions, trauma therapy, medicines to snooze anxiety attacks and impulses, they are there. But these are just band-aid solutions. The real solution is in addressing the issues before they take over one's psyche, which is in childhood, when we are most open, honest, unadulterated, and becoming aware. A child's brain adapts the most in the adolescent years. Sadly, emotional disorders are rising among adolescents simply because they lack emotional intelligence, EQ. We need to focus on EQ now. Most violence, crime, rape, abuse, human conflict, and racism stem from low EQ. While the world has been focused on academic achievement in childhood, emotional self-regulation has been largely ignored. This is a poor strategy, given that research suggests that emotional intelligence is claimed to contribute 67% to life success, while IQ contributes only 20% to life success. And what is emotional intelligence? Emotional intelligence is a person's ability to identify, evaluate, control, and express emotions. It is the ability to be smart about feelings and work through challenges, and it has 5 parts. Self-awareness. When people know what they're feeling at a particular time and understanding how their mood affects others. Self-regulation. When people can control how they respond to their emotions. They consider possible consequences before acting on impulses. The third leg is motivation. When people can accomplish goals in spite of negative or distracting feelings they may be having. And then comes empathy. When people can understand how others are feeling in their presence. Social skills. When people can manage relationships well. They know what kind of behaviors get a positive response from others. Sadly, it's still not a part of the everyday curriculum of the schools. Students spend almost 28 hours, equal to 1700 minutes each week on academic studies, but the time spent on EQ and social skill development is nearly zero. Why is that? No wonder people are wishing they were taught this in school. In fact, 81% people wished that they were taught self-confidence and how to look after their mental health in schools. In fact, if you'll just do a quick Google search on what I wish I was taught in school, here's what the leading publications and people across the world are speaking about. That self-care and mental health are important. What to do if you have a panic attack. Why don't we teach children to love and take care of each other in school? Why not teach them to help each other? Examples say kids are bullying another for having dirty teeth. They could help them brush their teeth instead. I wish I was taught this as a kid. We are hurtling towards a very deep emotional void in society. There is an urgent need in our education system to teach more empathy and acceptance. To teach children that one's identity need not be built on the shards of another. Things I wish. Emotional coping, as you can see. What I learned in school, how to multiply it by 7, what HUS stands for. What I wish I learned was mindfulness, self-esteem, reframing negative thoughts, emotional regulation. I just wish they taught this stuff to kids in school or offered something like this as a therapy to manage anxiety, breathing techniques. It's been shown that children with high EQs earn better grades, stay in school longer and make healthier choices overall. For example, they are less likely to smoke. Teachers also report that high EQ students are more cooperative and make better leaders in the classroom. When children develop emotional intelligence, they problem solve and help each other. They reinforce each other's learning and relate to other people with understanding and empathy. They resolve conflicts and establish and maintain positive relationships and high academic results, and they are much happier. In fact, emotional intelligence accounts for nearly 90% of what moves people up the ladder when IQ and technical skills are roughly similar, according to Harvard Business Reviews. Not just that, but look what the hiring companies are saying. 59% of employers would not hire someone who has a high IQ but low EQ. Carnegie Mellon Foundation found that 75% of long-term job success depends on people skills, while only 25% on technical knowledge. People with high EQ make $29,000 more annually than people with low EQ. So just imagine, if we teach kids in the school itself important components of emotions, just imagine how amazing their lives could turn out to be. How amazing the entire world could turn out to be. Improving emotional intelligence in children can help them improve self-awareness, manage stress, boost self-motivation, build empathy, make good decisions, communicate effectively, and develop relationships. But how do we do that? It would be wonderful to just pop in Vitamin D-like pills, pop in and puff, there goes anxiety and emotional troubles. But it doesn't work like that. We are creatures of emotions, we have feelings, and that's what makes us humans. So how do we do that? By social emotional learning. Social emotional learning is an educational practice that integrates into the school curriculum and works on key components such as self-awareness, social skills, empathy, and self-regulation. WHO has already launched programs such as the Helping Adolescents Thrive HAT initiative, a joint UNICEF and WHO effort to strengthen policies and programs for the mental health of adolescents. In fact, the UNICEF Executive Director Henrietta H. Fore said, when it comes to mental health, every country is developing. We cannot wait longer. We cannot fail another generation. The time to act is now. And just for that, we've created Project Xenda. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting Project Xenda, EduDrama with a twist. This is by far the best, one and only, India's first SEL-enabled speech and drama training curriculum for school kids. Xenda is a year-long recurring program that complements the school syllabus, and with just one class per week, the kids feel 3x more positive, can label and regulate their feelings, deal with anger and frustration, and confidently express themselves. So bye-bye depression. And why drama? Because drama is built on social interaction. It's therefore the perfect vehicle to introduce and develop social skills with younger children. The drama involves looking at a range of feelings and how characters deal with rage, jealousy, grief, fear, and love. Drama builds core skills such as listening, speech, memory, understanding of different viewpoints and vocabulary, and improves confidence, self-esteem, creative thinking, and communication skills by up to 175%. Needless to say, kids who perform are quick thinkers, they master their anxiety, their self-esteem soar. And our curriculum is developed after intense research and inspired by the leading programs from USA and Europe. It works in 3 key spheres, which are speech and drama, emotional intelligence, and creative enablement. We have 4 separate curriculums for different grades, and a student never repeats the same class twice. There are 36 classes spread across 6 modules made of 6 classes each. Pretty simple. The modules are tailor-made to work on specific skill sets and deliver measurable outcomes from day one. Here's a quick view of each module. In Module A, we cover observation, focus, and concentration. In this introductory module, students learn to exercise their observation and focus muscles. After successful completion, the students are expected to increase their concentration and focus by up to 59%. Module B brings us to speech, voice, and breath training. Here the kids learn the power of mindfulness and breath control and become truly unstoppable. It improves their public speaking skills and curiosity and adds charm to their personality. Get ready to see some mind-blowing debates and speeches flowing around the campus soon. Module C, Sense Memory Cognition. This module deals with the senses, and with various dramatic exercises, kids become self-aware and naturally expressive. Students will learn important concepts such as non-violent communication and feelings recalibration that will boost their confidence and lay the foundation for the upcoming variables of EQ. And did you know, students who go through memory training gain an average 33% more academically? Amazing, right? Emotional intelligence will be the core of Module T. After the foundation is set in the first 3 modules, here is where we deep dive into emotional intelligence. Here the kids learn how feelings arise, affect, and learn to recognize, label, and control them. The creative drama tools that we use, such as pantomime, students role play various emotional scenarios and practice dealing with them. It helps build empathy as they experience vulnerability. They can recognize how others are feeling, which leads them to behave more positively with their peers, parents, and teachers. They become kind, compassionate, and courageous towards life. In Module E, Imagination and Action, children will practice and create thought-provoking and emotionally charged scenarios that will enhance the power of their imagination like nothing else. Imagine making a spacecraft, creating an alien language, or solving a murder mystery. Module F. This is where the fun happens, the penultimate final action. At the end of the year, after going through the entire curriculum, here's where the creation action happens with role-play and storytelling. In the final module, the kids work along with their instructors to present what they've learned throughout the year. As each child is different, we work towards various creative outcomes such as writing and publishing an actual novel, a short film, a feature drama, or a Bollywood-style music video. Suffice it to say that it's not just a class, it's a journey. And how does that work? For an ideal mix, we suggest 1 class per week that runs about 40 to 45 minutes, just like a usual period at your school. You get the flexibility to schedule the classes as per your calendar. To maximize effectiveness and attention, we ensure a new teacher per batch of 25 to 30 students each. Further, all the materials needed to aid the lesson will be provided by us, and the school will not have to spend a single penny. And yes, the kids will love it. 100% satisfaction guaranteed. With Project Xenda, you get a never-repeating and constantly upgrading dynamic curriculum, an expert teacher per 25 kids that come to your campus to teach live in classrooms, magic class experiences where students are taught by the likes of Captain Hooks and Einstein itself. How amazing is that? Bonus free emotional question testing worth ₹750. Field trips to live theatre shows, film sets, and behind the scenes of a production company. Achievement certificates and trophies at various milestones. Students will self-publish their books and participate in professionally shot music videos and short films to showcase their creative chops, and that also helps marketing the school's initiative. And the biggest benefit out of all is 18 under 18 fellowship. Top students get a chance to win an all-expense paid trip to Scotland for a week to represent India at the world's largest performing arts festival. The kids deserve this. We need to help them become emotionally intelligent, and Xenda is here. Even the National Education Policy 2020 included SEL as a key tool in aiding the education system. Delhi government schools introduced the happiness curriculum framework, integrating social and emotional activities into the academic structure. Schools that implement comprehensive SEL as a basic curriculum see all the good markers go up. These include improvements in engagement in learning, higher test scores by an average of 20%, responsible behaviors, healthy emotional states, and quality relationship with others. These same schools see all the negative markers decline, often dramatically. These include violence, bullying, racial and class bias, drug usage, suicides, acting out behaviors, teacher abuse, screen addiction, and low attendance rates. Did you know that 6 out of top 10 skills concluded by the World Economic Forum as integral for success are social and emotional? And for the price? Well, you will laugh at it. Our plan started just 119 rupees per class per kid, which is effectively cheaper than a Big Mac burger. Yes, all of this, everything included, without charging anything extra, with 100% satisfaction guaranteed, and with a very bold refund guarantee that if you're not happy with how the program is conducted, we will refund the remaining classes on pro rata basis immediately, no questions asked. So now it's up to you to decide. To be honest, I've built this program with a lot of hard work and heart. We are not money driven, we are mission driven, a mission that is above us all. Madam, sir, I will consider myself fortunate if I can influence even a single child positively and bring them out of the black hole of mental health. As every hour, somewhere, some kid is committing suicide in India, I'm on a mission to stop that. I want to change that. And together, we can do that. I want to sit with that child and tell her that help is here and it's not all over. I want to take that Shikha to see beyond the dark clouds. Therein lies a rainbow, a unicorn, and hope. Your decision today can transform the lives of thousands of kids. These kids will be fearless and emotionally powerful, and together with excellence in academics, they will create history. And it begins with you today. Me and you can make a difference. People remember the first man on the moon. Let them now remember you as the first principal, founder, director, parent who trusted in Xenda, in the SEL-enabled learning program format, and enabled us to transform the lives of many, many students by making them emotionally intelligent forever. Believe me, they will be very, very grateful down the line. Thank you. This was Devang Tiwari, founder and CEO of Project Xenda.